Okay, here's what we were talking about when we were showing the worms earlier. You want to tell them about your bucket here?
Well, it's a storage bucket over, we got it at Lowe's. Saw it on the Millennial Gardener's video. He did a raised bed composter, but he also mentioned you could use it as a worm bin. So I followed his video guide online, and in the bottom of it I've put some old used coffee grounds that I had stored in this container, and now this has got our worms in it. It seems like the babies are in my top bin and the adults are in the lower bin, so I pulled from both. So we're going to dump them in there, and then we're going to put the rest of the stuff in there. We got them some newspaper and cardboard for bedding.
And some old scraps.
For them to eat.
And he just dug a hole, or well, no, he just filled up around this container. Now he bored those holes in there.
Like worms.
Oh yeah. Yep. Make sure there ain't no little ones hiding in that thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
Yeah, and then he put the dirt up so high in our raised bed, and
They had another container, it was 5 gallons, that wasn't as tall, but it was wider, so it would have filled in the whole center of this bed.
Yeah, it would have went about like the phone is from one side to the other.
So we didn't,
Like
I didn't really like the idea of that.
Okay.
So you can see all those worms in there.
See them?
So there ain't much bedding in there, but they've got this whole raised bed to use as bedding.
And they can go and come as they please because the holes are big enough for them to get in and out or whatever they want to do. And then we've got some newspaper here. Yeah, we did this raised bed here. We've done this one over here, and we've done some onions in it.
That one's some pallets.
Yeah, and this one he got some wood.
Followed how used the same wood the Millennial Gardener uses.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't go as elaborate, you know. Just went with the 2 boards, 2 8-foot boards. We cut them into 6 foot by 2 foot. So that way it's cheap.
Yep. You may want to go check out his channel. It's very interesting, actually. We find it interesting, don't we?
Yep.
And we put down some more of our, I don't even know what that's called, that black stuff.
Landscaping fabric.
Yep. To keep the weeds down, and we're going to put beds, basically. We're going to try to put more beds. So now he's putting water in there.
Just wet that newspaper. Then I'm going to throw his food in there and then put that on top.
Okay.
That way they can work through that newspaper. A little bit of newspaper to get to this food. And they won't be the only thing eating this food, because these holes don't have anything covering them. So any other critters can get in, insects and what have you.
But that lid is a locking lid so that the raccoons hopefully can't get it out open. Now they're pretty smart though. Yeah, they've done showed us that. They're pretty brazen around here. So he's just gonna put the rest of that newspaper, and then cardboard. Yeah, they like cardboard. That they do. And then I assume we're just going to keep saving our scraps and
dumping them in here.
Yeah.
And as the worms bed through this cardboard multiply, they'll want to come up and eat the scraps. There's something about worms. Read something about worms wanting the soil to be level. And so filling that up above the soil level, they want to make it level.
Yeah, they'll like that.
So something about them working their waste out into the bed to make it level.
And then he's just going to wet it.
And of course, with all these holes, all this excess water can go out into the bed. I'm just trying to make sure I get in this cardboard the open ribbon, so that way all 4 sheets of it get nice and soaked for the worms, because they don't care much for dry bedding. They want some nice soaked wet bedding.
So then he's gonna put the lid on it, and that'll be it for today. But we'll probably do updates on it.
Yep.
And bring you back.